Hello and welcome to episode 20 of Chasing the Finish podcast. My name is Mike and I'm joined by Ben and Jake as usual. And this week, bit of a special, I think we'll call it. We're mainly going to be tiering our favourite park runs and putting them in a tier system. So it'll be all on screen. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, we'll obviously let you know which park run has come where, but it might benefit you to watch this on Spotify or watch on YouTube, as we'll have the tier list on screen for you to watch along as well. So we're going to be doing a bit about, mainly about that. We're going to be talking a little bit about Jake finishing his 50 miles for October. We're going to be talking about Ben braved Sutton Park on Sunday as well. And then I've got an event coming up on Sunday. So, yeah, before we dive into it, let's go around to the two chaps. Jake, let's come to you first. How's things with yourself, mate? You all good?
Yeah, I'm finally getting over this cold. Still got a bit of a snotty nose, but I think I'm coming to the end of it now. So other than that, all good.
Good stuff. And Ben, you all good, mate?
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm looking forward to this tier list. That's what I'm looking forward to. So hopefully it all goes to plan, and gonna have a good episode.
Good stuff. Yeah. The reason he's in a good mood is I stupidly told him how to use the soundboard that's connected to this. So if you heard a noise at the start of the recording, I think we might have just got away with it. None of us are in distress. It's all good. It was just something else. So, yeah. Let's kick things off. Coming to you, Jake, as I mentioned a minute ago, the last time we recorded, you were sort of going into quite a busy week because you had a week left to do your running challenge to get to 50 miles. And I think you had 15 miles left to do, if I'm not mistaken, when we last spoke. Sort of adding as well that you've been ill. It wasn't an ideal scenario for the last week, but did you get it done? Let us know what happened, what unfolded that last week.
Yeah, so I did complete it just about. Left it to right to the last day. So I started with Monday anyway. So obviously we'd done the park run. I was meant to go out Sunday, didn't. So then went out on Monday and decided I'd do a 10K, which was a bit of a chaotic run, if I do say myself. Then I went out on Tuesday and just done a 5K. It was a bit of a slow one because I was in a bit of pain. Played football Wednesday and put my run on, but my watch died. So then it come up 10 hours. And when I loaded Strava, so I had to try and tinker with that, and I was having a bit of a mate. It's still on there saying 10 hours, but I didn't play football for 10 hours, obviously. And then I was gonna go out Thursday, and then I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna get up and go, and I just could not be bothered. I was a bit of pain, and I was like, just kept putting it off, and I was like, I just need to go out and get 5K done. Like in my head, I was like, it's gonna take me max 40 minutes. Like if I just take my time. And Friday, I went out about 12 o'clock, and I was just in agony. I couldn't breathe because I was just kept getting blocked up. So I was just like tissues left, right, and centre because of how snotty I was. But I ended up doing about 5.5K in like 40 minutes. So come 1 o'clock, I had it completed. It was it's Napton, kill me. Put me.
What pain you dealing with at the minute?
Oh, what aren't I dealing with? I think I've had a pain in every part of my leg. Like
We need
knee,
like a podcast
shin,
doctor, don't
ankles, feet.
Do you know what I mean?
I just need to start running. I think I've got a tad delay because I'm always
I thought you were going to say more. You was like, podcast, and I'm sitting here waiting, and you stitched me right up there. I was invested in your two conversations.
I thought these pros. I had a bit of delay. I think I've still got the delay because like Mike's laughed and now his body's just moved. So I feel like I've still got delay.
Oh.
Well, it wouldn't be a podcast without Jake's usual technical hitches. And unfortunately for him, I'm not very good at editing. So it'll have to sort itself out. So otherwise, it's staying in the show. But yeah, I mean, look, end of the day, the fact that, I mean, I can't say anything. I have been in positions before where I've done running challenges and needed to get a certain amount of miles done in a month, and then it always happens. You leave it to the last week, you've got to get X amount done, and typically in your case you got ill, but fair play, because you were messaging the group and you were saying how ill you was, and I think, like you say, you got out on Friday when you really was not well at all, but you got it done. You know, if you'd have said to yourself at the start of this year, well, A, you got to run 50 months in 1 month, 50 miles in 1 month, and B, you go out and do a run when you're really not well, you'd have laughed us out the room. So I think that's credit and testament to how far you've come in this running journey. The fact that you were willing to get up and go and do those miles, considering how unwell you were, and you got the 50 miles done. So fair play, mate. I mean, 50 miles in 1 month is not to be sniffed at all. You know, even for the most experienced of runners. So fair play to you. What did you what was your donation total? What did that end up on?
It's currently on 100, and I got a message today off one of the PR teams at Prostate Cancer saying it's open for another 4 weeks. But I was like, as much as like obviously it'd be nice to have a medal, that's not the aim. It's just the aim to raise money for a good cause. So that was the main thing. So.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. It's open for another 4 weeks. So if you are watching, Jake has heroically completed the 50 miles for prostate cancer in the month of October. So you've got 4 weeks to head over to his page and still donate and hopefully bump that number up over 100 where he's currently on. The link will be in the description to the podcast down there somewhere. So, yeah. Moving over to you, Ben. You went to the dreaded S word on Sunday, yesterday.
Yeah.
Sutton Park, you did the Mo run. Now, what I didn't realise was it was actually a full Mo run event. So when you told us about it, because you did the 1.5K with your stepdaughter and your nephew.
Yeah.
And when you said it was 1.5K, I thought that maybe Mo Run did a separate event. So they did like the normal Mo Runs, and then they did like a kids one. So I thought it was just for the kids on that day. But because I follow them on social media, because me and you have done them before and whatnot. But it was the actual full event. So there was a 10K. I think was there a half marathon, then the 1.5, and then the 5K.
Yeah, there was a lot every distance. Yeah,
but so, you tackled it. I know, granted, you know, it was mainly for the kids to get their medals and whatnot. But how was running at Sutton Park again? Any flashback?
Well, I tell you, I'm really surprised. The 1.5K, but it was still 2 hills in it. So it was like, you know, even for the kids. I mean, I was like, come on, you're trying to put them off running, if anything, with that. But yeah, it was a bit of a weird one because the start time was 11:45, which was like, yeah. But they usually do the kids one before. Well, most events you go to, it's usually get the kids done first, and then crack on with the big ones. But yeah, so we rocked up quite late. So obviously I think as we was pulling up, the bloke who was leading the half marathon was coming through, and they sort of. Yeah, they kind of basically they got one lane for people finishing, and then they were starting the kids' race on the other side. So it's one of them. I do feel bad for like obviously the slower runners are coming through. You know, they've been grafting, and then all the attention's on like the kids. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, and the guy on the mic's giving it 10 as well. It's in a bit of a shame, but obviously you got to get the young people involved as well. But. Yeah, it was all right. Obviously, the kids went off way too quick, and Eve had a stitch literally 500 meters in, and I was like, "This is a joke." And then Billy was panting, and he had to stop and put his hands on his hips for a minute. I was like, what is going on? Like, I thought kids were supposed to be like, energetic. I mean, at home, they're non-stop. But, yeah, I did say to him, I sort of give him a telling off. I was like, well, this is what you get for sitting on your iPad all day. So I'm going to try. I've just signed Eve up for a junior park run. So,
okay.
Yeah, they do that at it's Malvern Park, isn't it? I think they do it at.
Oh, Bruton got one.
Yeah, so and they're on a Sunday as well. So
yes,
I think that might be thrown into our schedule, our weekly schedule now, possibly. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, she loves it. She's proper into it when we're there, and she enjoys running. She actually come 5th out of the girls, which was quite good considering she got a stitch. Because me and Eve done the Lincoln mini run, which was the day before we did the 10K.
Yeah.
And she absolutely blitzed that one. She didn't stop the whole thing. So hopefully, I don't know, she enjoys it. Might have a little run on her hands. So, but yeah, as I say, it was all good fun. Makes a change, and yeah, I had to. It was nice to recover after the day before, anyway.
Well, just
He doesn't want it, does he?
I've already milked that cow.
No.
Just
come on, let's have a little. You want to have a little chat.
Have you got the medal to hand? Because they're one of my favourite medals. No.
No.
See, I've got.
It's very similar.
The two of them over there, but yeah, it's going and getting them. That's a problem.
Yeah,
my microphone only stretches so far. So yeah, but no, they are very, very good medals. And I assume the medals, from what I remember, you sent the picture. It's the medal itself, and everyone gets the same medal, right? Because on the ribbon, it's got 1.5, 5, 10K and half marathon. That's right, isn't it?
Which it's a bit like, I know, obviously, Run Through, they don't do that. They have the different ribbons that say all different events. I feel like there was another one that we've done, and they all had the same event on. I can't remember. Maybe it was the other Mo Run. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
You've grafted for it, and it's, It
is. I'm just looking at the Mo Run I've got here, and it says 1.5, 5, 10 and half marathon. They've obviously thought, you know what, let's not just get each ribbon made for each one. Let's just bung them all into one. So, but yeah, no, there's some of my favourite ones. So, is that mainly black this year? Because last year's one was mainly black as well. In fact,
I'm going
to reach it. Hang on. Last year's was mainly black as well. Here we go. So this is 2024. So I like what they've done with it this year, because I think they're putting more emphasis on the what do you call that type of moustache where it twirls? Has it got a name? I don't know.
I ain't got a clue, man.
Well, this is more of a handlebar. So they're definitely trying to make a thing of because I've seen a few. I saw Jack Grealish put something on his Instagram, and Peter Crouch and a few others about November, and they're definitely going more for those sort of moustaches this year. So, no, fair play. I mean, not to give too much. Well, in fact, I say give too much away. We've not actually done a park run there, but I'm dreading the day where we're going to have to tick that off, because we've almost done most of the Birmingham ones, and we're going to have to do it just to tick it off the list. Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to say the least.
But speaking of park runs,
yeah,
come on, because
you were with me.
Yeah, I know. Come on. Yeah, Jake wasn't. And it's one of them, like, you keep putting on everything as well, or sub 40, sub 40. You weren't just sub 40, you were sub 39. Do you know what I mean? Mate, you obliterated it.
Yeah, it was...
Thrilled at it.
No, the problem is, like, I've milked it to as much as I can, and at the end of the day, as great an achievement as it was for myself, because I really did not see myself doing that, I do have to sort of maybe take a step back and be a bit real about it and think, well, it's still quite a slow 5K time. I'm maybe being a bit harsh on myself there, but I don't know. Look, I think my biggest worry now is making sure that I continue to do that, because this next park run that I do, I'm not doing one this weekend. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but the next one that we do, wherever that may be or whenever it may be, there's going to be so much pressure in my head to be like, right, well, look what you did at the last one. And if I then go back to doing 41, 42s, it's like, was it just a flash in the pan? So I think that sort of worries me a little bit. At the time, it was great. I had really enjoyed my Saturday. Was really happy with the run that I put in. It then helped that Watford went and absolutely smashed Middlesbrough, which was brilliant as well. So Saturday was sort of a really, really good day. Sunday, I was still buzzing off it. And then today, you sort of come back down to reality a little bit more, and you start thinking about where I'm going to go from here. Because someone commented on that video that we put out for the finish line thoughts, congratulating me, and they said, like, what's next? And it sort of took me by surprise a little bit. I'm like, do I be boring and say do it again, or should I be aiming for higher? And I was speaking to Beck about it, and it's like, well, you know, what is next? I don't know, but I don't know if there was anything specific you wanted to know, Jake. But yeah, it was it caught me by surprise. It really, really did.
Well, I think the thing is,
I'm sorry. Go on.
No, you go, Jake. You go.
Obviously, you both know that I'm not a massive fan of Babbs Mill. But how did you find it doing it with Ben?
Well, I think I sort of said to Ben when we turned up that I hadn't really thought about it much on the drive down, because if I'm going to overanalyze it, it'll be on that long drive down in the morning. But I sort of just stuck my tunes on, went about normal business. We maybe got there a little bit earlier. Like, when I say to us lads that I'll get to park runs at 8:30, that's mainly when we do new park runs and I can sort of scope out parking and make sure I've got enough time to park up and get there. Maybe for park runs that we've done a few times, maybe 8:30 is a little bit too early, because we were sort of waiting around and it was 20 to 9. And that's when you've got that time where, yes, it's nice to sort of just chill and get in the zone a little bit, but you're almost starting to let doubts creep into your mind a little bit. And obviously the weather hadn't been great. And as you know, and partly the reason why you're not a fan of that course is it is quite soft underfoot in most of the place round there. But I think it was that up and down bit, that little hill that you have to go up. And that's the bit I was dreading the most, because I always have to stop before then. And the majority of the times I stop when I'm going up it. So it was just about making sure that I didn't start too quick, because the big thing for me was, do I start too quick? And then I don't have it in the tank later on in the run to push through to get that sub 40 that I'm always after. So I sort of said to Ben, look, if we can sort of keep an eye on that'd be great. And I think we said in the video, ended up doing what was it, a 5-minute mile or something? I don't know.
Well, it was about a 5.5 minute kilometre pace.
Yeah. So not ideal, but look, I said this, I look back on when me and you did Leamington, Jake, and I just think running with someone next to you is such a massive help, because I don't know whether it's a subconscious thing of maybe I'm thinking that I don't want to slow the other person down too much, and I might be a bit embarrassed about how many times I do stop. Whereas if I'm running with someone, I maybe have that little bit of a kick up the arse that I need, and I don't realise that I'm getting that said kick up the arse. So, look, it's brilliant. But from here on in now, it's about making sure I've got the mental fortitude to do it on my own, because as great as the last two park runs have been, having you know, both of you respective park runs running with me, you know, the next park run, I'm not going to be that lucky, or, you know, when I'm doing park runs on my own, I'm not going to be that lucky. So it's making sure I can still keep that fight up. So it's a lot of it. Like, I know I've said it time and time again on here, but it's crazy how much of it is mental, especially for me, as opposed to more physical. It's definitely more of a mental battle with myself than anything else. So,
yeah, but the thing is, I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit, because you only stopped 3 times. I say that up and down. On the first lap, you were straight up, went up, down, all through the woodland bit, and it wasn't until after that you had your first stop. So it was 2K in. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. And every time we did stop, you were the one who said, "Come on, let's go." I didn't push you to be like, "Right, you've had a little break or whatever." And there weren't even long breaks. There must have been, I think, the maximum 10 seconds. And then we've carried on. But it was you. You were the one who said, "Right, come on." All I did was say, "Right, we need to think about it. Just think about it." I mean, you were like, "Right, come on then, let's go." So I say, as long as you take that mentality, you know what to do. Count it as that. Right, you got a maximum 3 stops. Do you know what I mean?
Look, apologies if anyone's watching. Oh, that really hurt then. If anyone's watching and you've already seen the Finish Line Thoughts video, I apologise if you're hearing this twice, but I think, you know, it might be important to talk about it again, and it sort of seems appropriate now that the lads have asked me. I didn't want to keep going over it, so apologies. But yeah, I think like I touched on in that video, when I stopped recently, I'm trying to eradicate it completely, but I think I'm a long way off running a 5K without stopping. So when I do stop, I'm trying to make it less of a stop, because we've all been there. It is so easy when you walk for a little bit. The last thing you want to do is you keep starting your body to go again, and it's sort of like, oh, I don't want to run. I've just been walking for a bit. So it's so easy to, once you walk for a bit, to then try and start up again. It's so easy to your body just to be like, nah, it's not happening, mate. So yeah, it's.
But you're saying you know, you're way off doing a full 5K without stopping. You could have done an extra 500 meters, and you could have done half a park run without stopping.
Yeah, I think I actually watched the video back, like the whole thing, even though it was us that were doing it. I watched it back, and I think I maybe give myself. I'm trying to think of the way to phrase it, but I think you said that I maybe had a little bit more in me, and I agreed and said that maybe there were a few times where I didn't need to stop, but I did. Well, I think looking back on it, I think that's definitely a bit of a lie, because that last bit I really, really was struggling. Like I said, the pain in my stomach and sort of that area was really horrible, and I often sort of liken that to when you're doing an event and you're coming up to the finish line. I've always been a little bit strategic on when I stop, like how close I will stop running close, like to the finish line, because the last thing you want to do is completely come to a stop and have to walk for a bit right where everyone is at the finish line. So I think, right, if I can stop here, I can probably run it in from here, and then it's not as embarrassing. Well, it was twice as bad, and I like you were pushing me to not stop, which, you know, I that's what I wanted. But yeah, it was really, really tough. And like I said already, it's just mental with me. Like the next park run, I'll be on my own, like running on my own, and it's about not listening to my body. I know this is going to sound horrendous, but not listening to me when my body's saying, you could probably take a breather here. Yeah, I probably could, but do I really, really need to? Because I've found that a lot recently, and I don't know whether it's because I'm so used to stopping my body will be telling me, look, have a bit of a rest. When if I really think about it deep down, I'm probably thinking I could probably go a little bit longer, but it's in here and I am stopping and it's holding me back a bit. So look, like I said, not to be too cliche and not to be too football manager-esque, but it is about the next park run and how I perform in that, because if I go back to performing like I used to and, getting 41, 42, then unfortunately last Saturday was a bit of a waste and I'll feel really hard done by. But let's see what happens. Hopefully that's not the case. Sorry, the cat opened the door and I was trying to close it, and yeah, I thought I was doing a subtle job of it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was a good day all round though. I mean, you just take it for what it is. You got what you wanted. Now you got to do it on your own.
And the waffles.
That'll be it. So
no abuse this time.
No abuse this time. No. The kind gentleman that worked there very kindly got me a takeaway box. Although that woman that was sat behind us was a bit surprised that I couldn't finish my waffles.
She's on
I don't know whether she was alluding to something there, but she seemed very surprised that a gentleman like myself couldn't finish the waffles in one sitting. But yeah, hey ho, we'll see what that's all about. But no, the waffles were fantastic, man. Like, you forget, they come out and I sort of forgot. I was like, oh my God, they're massive. Because I think the last time we did it, it must have been last year,
No, because the second time it weren't open, but the first time it was like April, wasn't it? Maybe.
Yes, you are bang on the money. So yeah, all in all, a good day. And let's hope. I think that one where I do it on my own will be just as nice a memory, and it really did sort of hit home when I was driving home. Funnily enough, I was quite emotional when I was driving home, because you put all that hard work in, and I've said to you boys before, there's been so many times when I've gone on these runs and I get frustrated that I'm not feeling any benefits, to the point where you almost think, what's the point? And I know that you shouldn't think of it like that, and you'll see signs in different ways, but moments like that, and moments like just seeing my time after Napton, they are starting to slowly show that maybe I am getting a little bit better at this running malarkey. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens at the next park run. So yeah, all good.
And you've got this week you've got the Gainsborough 10K.
I have, yeah. I booked this a while ago when I was before I moved house. But if anything, I'm closer. I think it's like 35 minutes away now. I just went on run through. I think I'd had a couple of events booked, and I thought, what's going on later in the year? Found Gainsborough. I know absolutely nothing about the area. I've never been. All I know is it's close-ish. I sent you the Strava map because there looks like quite an incline, but I think it said 6 meters.
Yeah.
So I think, unless I'm mistaken, Jake will know what I'm on about here, but I think it's the same type of elevation hill at Leamington, but this is literally over like 0.3 of a kilometre maybe. So, but 6 meters elevation compared to some of the runs I've done, it should be nothing really, shouldn't it? I hope.
Nah, you'll be fine, mate.
Mm.
Yeah, but I'm interested then. So going off a sub 39 5K, your Napton time was very good.
Yeah.
Are you looking to kind of similar time to Napton or a little bit off that?
It all depends what I do this week, to be honest, because I'm still struggling with my thigh to the point where we went to a fireworks display yesterday, and we had to walk like a fair bit to get there because parking's, whatever. And I could really feel it when I was walking. And I said to Beck, I was like, I do not know what I'm going to do about this thigh, because it's been going on for over 3 weeks now. And usually with stuff like that, it should disappear in a week or two. So the fact that it's still going on is a little bit of a worry. And I'm really worried that it might be something to do with my groin. And the problem I've got is I'm a typical bloke. I don't want to go to the doctors about it because they'll just say you need to rest. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm only recently starting to see the good effects of me running, and I'm getting quicker. I'm not bloody resting for 2-3 weeks now because I'd have to start all over again. Yeah. So I feel like it'd be a bit of a wasted trip. So bearing that in mind, if I can get a good week in me this week, so see, I could do with going for a run tomorrow, but Watford are playing. So if I can get a decent run in on Wednesday and then maybe another one on Friday just to get something in the legs, because I don't know the course. I mean, I'm just basing it on that graph that I sent you. It looks fairly flat course. Mm-hmm. So my Napton one was 123.05. I would be absolutely over the moon at 123, like shaving 5 seconds off, because that would be my second quickest. To be honest, and I know this is a bit of a low bench to sort of a low benchmark, sorry. As long as I don't come in the slowest one of the year, which, but barring a horrid time, it ain't going to happen. But as long as I'm under 130, I think I'll be content. But I think with myself, it's confidence. I'm not the type of bloke that can sit here and say, right, I'm going to go for a PB today and really think, right, PB or nothing else, PB or nothing else. Because if I don't get it, I'll be absolutely devastated. So I know that might defeat what we've just talked about with parkrun, but there hasn't been a 10K race this year or last year where I've turned up and think, right, I'm going for a PB today, because I just know that I'd be so disappointed if I don't get it. Maybe I need to switch things up a little bit. Maybe I need to turn up at one of these events and think, right, you need to be proper on it today. You know, no excuses for anything under whatever time it might be. So I'll see how the course is to start with, and anything under 130 I'll be happy with. But I would whisper it quietly, but I'd really, really love to get a new second place in that leaderboard.
Yeah, I think we need to change up the mentality with you, to be honest. You need to try and get that bit of positivity beforehand, even leading up to an event. Just kind of get you in that right mindset, and can do wonders for you. Honestly, as you say, it's all a mental game. Being in the right mental state can, do wonders.
I was thinking about this earlier. You know how once you've done a few events in each sort of distance, people tend to stick with one distance, don't they? Like some people say, when you've done your first half marathon, that tends to be your distance then. And I was thinking about this earlier, and I was like, well, maybe because I've done a couple of half marathons, yes, I will still proceed to do half marathons, but maybe 10Ks need to be my thing. Maybe I need to be turning up to these 10K events and boshing them out and trying to get, regular times and as regular PBs as I can. Maybe that because once you've done a half marathon, the next 10K you do feels like an absolute breeze because, well, it's half of what you've just done. So, maybe I need to look at 10Ks as being my sort of event and like really going for them and doing them like very, very regular. So who knows? Well, I can hear my wallet crying already, but yeah, we'll see what happens, and I'll
No, we lost it. Oh,
did it happen again like it did the other week?
I kind of like the.
I'm
watching.
Oh, he's back.
I was going to say, sitting enjoying that image.
I had the spinning wheel of death then on my screen. Apologies about that. I was just saying, if I can get some questions, I might do a little finish line thoughts on my own sort of thing. Maybe get the wife to make a debut appearance on Chasing the Finish, and she can ask me the questions, and I'll answer them. So
I like that.
who knows? But yeah, that's enough about me. I think, shall we have some news, guys? So I believe Ben has got a piece of running news. Jake's got a piece of running news, and then I have a piece of running news, and then Ben also has a little bit of an extra as well. So Ben, please proceed.
Should we let Jake go first? 'Cause I feel like me and you've been talking, and I feel like Jake needs to show us what he's got.
Me? Yeah, Sam. Right, let me do.
So tempted to use a sound then.
Well, I was very confused what was going on then. I handed it over to Ben. Nothing got said, and then I just heard, so I think Jake needs to tell us what's going on. And then it sounds like Jake, God. So are we going to Jake first, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
So my piece of news, this came in 6 days ago. Well, it was reported 6 days ago. So Dame Kelly Holmes, unless no one's talked about her yet, have they?
What, tonight or
Nah, just in general. Like last week, I never missed it or just weren't paying attention.
Yeah. No, we haven't.
Well, anyway, she recently completed the ParkRun challenge in Jersey, the Alphabet challenge. So I thought this was going to be right up your street, Mike. To finish the ParkRun, she started with each layer of the alphabet. She expressed her enjoyment of the event, stating, "I am a bit of a competitor, and there's a challenge in ParkRun called the Alphabet Challenge," and added, "All I needed was J, and I got my J." The former Olympic champion, Olympic athlete highlighted the community feel and mental health benefits of running, stating, "We're all committed and turned up for ourselves, whether it's for our mental health, our physical health, or the social interaction of the community." So there you go.
Fair play to her. No, I did see this story. I know, and she's a very big advocate of parkrun, and I see she does a lot for them. So
I've seen a few people now.
How far are you off now, Mike? Just to remind us.
Hopefully you can hear me. My internet's having a stinker tonight. So if anyone watches this back, because I'm the host, I'm really worried that when my internet goes, it will go for the recording. So hopefully that's not the case. I am 17 out of 25. So yeah. There is a queue where I've moved now, down in Grantham, which is only about half an hour away. There is a queue. So one of the weeks when like you guys ain't free or anything, I might go and do that one just to tick that off. But
you'll have to
the Jane's quite a tough one to get as well, by the way, because there's one up in Newcastle, and then they all tend to be. There's a couple down near London on like north border of North London. Then there's one in Jersey, obviously, which is where when she did that. And then there's a couple out in Europe as well. So I think I looked, and the closest J I've got, I think there's one in Bedfordshire, and for obvious reasons, I'm not sure I fancy a trip to Bedfordshire. But there is one near St Albans, which I think I might do. But I, as well, is quite another hard one. But there's one called Isabel Trail, which is near Staffordshire. So I'd quite like us lads to do that one, because apparently it's quite a flat and fast course as well. Yeah. So, no, fair play. I did see this story as well. And yeah, fair play. I've done it a couple of times where, especially at Yarborough, which is just round the corner from where I live now, because it's a Y, people tend to do that's the course that they'll finish on. So the last time I was there, actually, I was waiting by the sign to get a picture. And the two people before me that had pictures had the flag, because you can buy a flag saying I've finished the ParkRun Alphabet. Some courses have them on hand, just in case anyone is there and they want a picture with it. But yeah, I maybe sort of took my eye off the ball trying to complete it in recent weeks, because I'm just trying to get as many parkruns in with us lads as possible. But yeah, I would quite like to try and tick a few more off in the next few weeks, and if it means with you boys as well, that'd be absolutely superb. So
yeah, well, I feel like we do need to venture out a bit more. I don't know, even trying to mix up with a few of the listeners of the pod who are a bit further out.
Well, in fact, why don't you tell them about the idea you had and put it in the group chat the other day?
Oh, oh god, yeah. What the prison park run? That one.
Prison ParkRun.
Yeah, I had
maybe
been
if
looking
one of the listeners has done it, they can let us know how easy it was to get in. Or go on.
No, it's just obviously was looking, just trying to do more niche things and just trying to see what parkrun has to offer. Obviously, just I can't remember. I think I was on TikTok and I seen a video of it. I feel like we've talked about it before, like in private or whatever. They obviously do a prison parkrun for the inmates, and I think staff can get involved and select invitees be involved in it as well. I know obviously there's a selection process. Obviously it's very protected. You're not allowed to take your phone in, not even allowed to take your watch in. You obviously you do get your barcode scanned, but you have to print it off, or have obviously that you can buy the wristbands as well. Obviously in terms of for us content wise, we probably won't get much. It probably would be more of a listen to us talk about the experience, and because I know you can obviously talk to the inmates as well. So I think for us it would be extremely interesting. Maybe for others it would be as well, if they're interested in what we have to say about it. But I think it'd be an incredible experience, something completely different, and it's one to look out for. I'll see what I can do, try and get us involved in it, and we'll see.
We've been waiting to use those sound effects.
That's the only reason you brought it up.
No, I really like the idea as well of maybe sort of branching out to listeners. A lot of our listeners obviously are in the Birmingham, Solihull region, but we do have a few sprinkled about where they're here, there, and everywhere. So if you are a regular listener of the show and you think your parkrun would be of interest to us, then let us know. And obviously, it's not as if you tell us on Thursday and we'll be there the next week, but just if we can get a few more in the pipeline, as Ben said, we'd love to venture out. And if it means that we sort of make a weekend of it, then that's brilliant, and we can get some really good content and happy days. So watch your space on that, I think. But sorry, Ben. Were you about to tell us the running news you've got?
I can throw it in. Bear with me. I'll throw a picture up and right there. So there you go. So we've got a girl here who's completes 250 parkruns before her 15th birthday. A schoolgirl is set to complete her 250th junior parkrun ahead of turning 15, where she will be only able to participate in the general category. Josie, 14, from York, is the first junior park runner at the, I believe it's Knavesmire event to achieve the milestone, and is also weeks away from reaching her 100th time volunteering as well. Josie said, it doesn't matter whether you're running, walking, skipping, or jogging, just come down. She's obviously just talking about the generalisation of parkrun. She's attended parkrun since she was since the age of 6, both as a runner and volunteer, where she regularly leads the group in warm-up exercises as well. Her dad, Bill, is the junior parkrun director and first got involved to encourage his children to get active. I mean, I was talking about this. I said this to you Saturday, Mike. I was like, I feel like I've done loads and we're doing them every week. But I just feel like I'm miles away now from 50. I mean, 31 the weekend. So I just feel like it's been, I don't know, how people are hitting these numbers, in terms of 500. And it's like, I know obviously years have been put into it, but I can't get my head around it. It does feel like a slog at times. And it just feels like I'm getting no closer to the next milestone.
I know what you mean. It felt like that for me. Getting to 50 felt a real slog because you think, oh, I'm going to do this one, then I'm going to do that one, but then you think you can only do one a week, so that is going to take some doing. So the fact that you even got to 31, is a milestone within itself, and however many Jakes on, again, a milestone within itself. But 250, and that's junior parkrun. I'd be intrigued to know, does that then carry over into when she's, I assume it's 18 when you, or is it 16?
I think it's 16, isn't it?
So she's just turned 15, I think was the news story.
By the way, it does say when she turns 15 later this month, Josie will no longer be able to take part in the junior event.
Oh, right. But will those 250 that she's done at junior parkrun, when then she does the one after turning 15 and it's like adult parkrun, does her, what's the word I'm looking for?
No,
is she still on 250 parkruns is what I'm getting at, or does it start again? Does it?
I think it will start again because junior parkrun's its own thing. I know seen on I know seen on like the results, and obviously on 5K app it does come up its own thing, like this many parkrun, which obviously I don't know, she might enjoy that. She might enjoy the new challenge of it. Let's go again. But yeah, obviously a nice number to round it up on, isn't it? I think
absolutely.
Not something to sniff your nose up at, but
no.
Yeah. Do you want to do yours and then I'll?
Yeah. I feel a bit stupid for not getting something parkrun related now, but I have been keeping my finger on the pulse with my running news. I did get 2 bits just in case one of you sort of got what I got, so I'll just reel them off. And it's sticking with what's been going on recently. Yesterday was the New York Marathon. And the course record was smashed. I don't know if anyone's seen this. So I think I'm not very good with flags and I could get myself in trouble here. But I'm willing to stick my neck out on the line and say that is, let me just, I do not want to get in trouble. So let me just.
Well, it was the Kenyans, weren't it?
It was the Kenyans.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've just typed Kenya into WhatsApp and the flag come up. So, and I know that it was that one.
Yeah.
So it was Kenya's Helen Abiri flies to her 4th World Marathon Majors win with a phenomenal, are you ready for this? A marathon this was. 2 hours, 19 minutes and 51 seconds at the New York Marathon. That is outrageous, by the way. Running a full marathon, and they've won 4 of the world majors, so that within itself is phenomenal. But to do it in 2:19:51, absolutely incredible. And if you are a listener and you took part in it, because there were a lot of runners on my social media that took part in it, well done, massive congratulations. What an experience that would have been. I've been to New York on a holiday, so I can't imagine how much of an experience that would have been to go to New York and then do a marathon. That must just be incredible. So if you're one of the lucky ones to take part, well done. And I say one of the lucky ones to take part, this year broke the record for the largest marathon in history, by the way. 59,226 finishers made it the largest marathon in history, the 2025 New York City Marathon. So there's
the logistics that must have gone into that.
And that's finishers. So there'll have been people that DNF'd. So can you imagine how many signed up? Can you imagine printing all the bibs for it, getting all the medals, getting all the drinks? Oh man, hats off if you're a volunteer. If you swept the streets afterwards, hats off to you because it's phenomenal. I mean, the thought of a marathon has never entered my head. The only 2 that I would possibly look at doing is London and New York, but my hat gets doffed to everyone that's done that. So yeah, they're my 2 bits of running news. But you've got a nice little segment for us. The floor is yours.
Yeah, well, I was just having to think. Obviously, I think you mentioned last week, this is Jake's first kind of winter running experience as we're heading into it now. And even possibly for people who are listening, I know we have experienced runners, we have new runners listening. It was targeted towards Jake, just to give him a bit of a heads up. But I've got a bit of a winter running survival guide. Just a few tips and maybe a couple of tricks just to get you through the winter. Obviously, running in winters, I think, very difficult. Obviously, with it being cold and dark and the weather and ground conditions, so many other factors that I can't do it when you're doing that. I just want you to, you pulling them faces. I can't. Right, hang on. Let me block you out here.
No,
right.
Come on, carry on.
Don't tell me to come on when you're doing them faces at me.
People come to this podcast for our professionalism. Please don't ruin that.
Well, they come to the wrong place. Hang on, I am trying to block you out. I can't look at you.
Don't block me out.
But also the thing is with it, it can I just have your attention for a couple of minutes?
I'm listening. Feel like I'm at school. Feel like I'm at Leamington ParkRun.
Silence.
That's what I need. Where's the sound? So obviously, but the thing is, it can be extremely fun and rewarding. So it's important that we stay consistent through the winter. And the thing is, for winter, it's quite not an off season, but it's where the kind of hard bit of training goes into. And then when we come into spring, where there's more events, that's where we can really kind of succeed. But in terms of keeping yourself dry and the right clothing to wear, make sure you're wearing kind of moisture wicking base layers, insulated mid layers if needed, windproof or waterproof outers. A lot of it is common sense. Testing your grip with wet and muddy ground, crazy terrains out there. So make sure you've got good grip on your shoes. Trail shoes and road to trail shoes can be a good option for you. Arm sleeves, I've never tried them myself, but I know a lot of people do. They're a great accessory for the winter. If you put them with your t-shirt or wear them underneath, just for that extra protection. Obviously, your arms are often colder than your body. And the great thing is, if you want, you can kind of take them off, roll them up quite small, and put them in your pocket or whatever. A buff, I've used buffs in the past. Very versatile. You can wear them as a hat, headband, scarf. Put it around your wrist. And obviously, if you get too hot, you can wipe sweat away with it. A tip that I did find: applying a light amount of Vaseline to exposed skin can give a barrier to protect against wind or cold. Try your cheeks and legs. I know I've been running a couple of times with Briar, and it's always her ears that get really cold, and she's always whinging about that. But merino is another good type of material. I've got quite a few merino pieces. Obviously, it can be a little bit more expensive, but socks, gloves, base layers, they just do the job in terms of keeping you warm. In terms of being visible, reflective clothing and light colours, take a head torch. I know Jake's just got a new hat with a light on.
Boy. Just go get him. I'll put it on.
So just make sure you're bright and light, and especially on the darker runs. Making sure that you're warming up. Obviously, with it being colder, body's a bit more stiff. It's going to take a little bit longer to warm up. I think that's extremely important throughout the winter. But also a big one, you still need to drink in cold weather. And a lot of runners can neglect this and get dehydrated. You're still going to sweat under those layers. Me, myself, I'm quite a big sweater. But a little trick, you can put warm water, not hot water, inside your soft flasks on your race vests. You can warm your hands up with it, hold it to your chest if you're cold. That'll
bit of hot chocolate as well.
Well, yeah. Obviously, no, that's a good point, though. Obviously, making sure, especially when you finished your runs, warming up your body. So, yeah, stuff like hot chocolates, something nice and, nice and warm will do the job for you. So, just a couple last few pro tips in terms of your running. You can try slowing down and slightly increase your cadence, meaning smaller steps to improve traction on slippery surfaces like wet mud or snow. And carry your phone in a Ziploc bag if weather's very wet. Take a running vest in bad weather and put extra layers, extra nutrition, dry socks and gloves in case you need to change kit. Put clothes inside a dry bag, stop them getting wet. I overheat very easily when I run in, even in the winter. So some runners might start off cold, but they quickly warm up. So it's maybe a suggestion of doing a quick 5-10 minute jog close by, maybe to your home, remove the layers and then continue the rest of your run. But that's about it. Just kind of general, as I say, a lot of it is common sense, but hopefully maybe one or two of them might be interesting and helpful to you. But yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, it's got my new bit of tech. Found it.
Give us a flash.
Here we go. Let's go back full screen so our viewers can
hang on.
see Jake.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Bed's going to run you with that. Time Thermal with you, pair on them buttons. All right, get me off the screen now.
There we go.
I forgot how to do it.
Thank you. I think that there were some very handy tips, and like you said, we might have people that listen that are very new to running, and they're worried. I've started in November; it's going to start getting colder, and we've just given them a few tips. So thank you very much. Shall we proceed with our tier list? Because I'm looking at the time that we've been recording, so. Even though I said at the top before we started recording, I was like, I don't know what we're going to talk about before this tier list. We've somehow managed to fill 57 minutes of it. So, yes, here is the tier list. So, for those that are listening to the podcast as opposed to watching it, I will read out the categories that we have here. So, we've got the top tier category, which is worth setting the alarm for, then would happily run again. Solid Saturday start, fine, but once is enough, only for the tourism tick, and never again. Now, just to bear in mind, this is only that the three of us have done, or whether it's just two of us that have done it. We're not including ones that we've done solo. So, for example, Jake did Dudley on his own. That's not in the list. I've done Lincoln on my own. That's not in the list. Me and Ben did Beacon the first time round. I mean, we've all done it, so that might be a bit of a rubbish. In fact, let's use Coventry. Me, Ben, and Tom did Coventry. That's in, even though Jake didn't do it. So, yeah, we're going to go through the ones that we've done. And, yeah, I think, Ben, I'll hand over to you. You're the man in charge. You've got the chart there. So what are we kicked off with?
Well, we'll just start left to right. We'll start with the picture on. I got a view there. Obviously, you got your head cut off. But me and you did Kingsbury Water Park November last year. Was it? No, it was December, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think it was. It was definitely cold weather, and it was very wet as well.
So I don't know. We haven't discussed what was going to base it on. Maybe just a general. Obviously, only me and you can really give a proper kind of gauge an idea of how it was and how we found it. But I feel like this is going to be one that we really differ opinion on. Obviously, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I know you wasn't the biggest fan.
Yeah.
Which maybe we're at a bit of a stalemate with that one.
Well, straight away, I think there's a perfect category for this in my view. And in my view, it would be fine, but once is enough.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Go on.
No, I want to. Yeah, I want to agree. I want to agree. But I'm torn between that and solid Saturday start.
Okay.
Maybe it was because of the time of year, with it being cold. running through woodland. I don't know. There was something, sort of.
Well, I tell you what, you have this one because I think we're going to differ on another one that just me and you have done. So you have this one. You can place the first one, and you're going with Kingsbury Water Park, solid Saturday start.
So
I only say that because of, the views as well. Even though you are running mainly through woodland, once you get out of it, you're seeing obviously the water, and you can see the other side of it. And obviously, as I say, I'm taking into the account that it was in the winter. It was just, I don't know, there was something about it, something majestic, which is why I think it should be there and not.
To be like your devil on your shoulder here. I've never done it. So would you come down again to do it again, Mike? If you would,
I wouldn't.
Then you can't really put it in fine. Once is enough, can you really? In a sense, because you would do it again.
Well, no. If I'm putting it in, but once is enough, then I'm saying I've done it once. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I was like, right, I'm going to do it this week. Does anyone fancy it? Would you come down and do it? I'm just being like,
no. Okay.
If you're that feel that strongly about it, we can put it there. But
I take Jake's point. I really do. I think my only gripe with it was the starting on grass. It was the same with Leamington. We started on grass, and it was just maybe I did it at the wrong time of year.
It was a hectic start. I'll be honest.
It's obviously it's fucking chaos.
I remember you couldn't hear the race director say a word. So you didn't even know that we'd started.
Yeah, I don't know if you've got me back again. My internet's pulling my pants down tonight, but hopefully you've got me back now. Do you have me back?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I think the only problem is I'm basing this on doing it in the winter. So the start, it was running on grass was an absolute nightmare. And you're right, I didn't hear a word that the run director said. So 1 minute me and you were chatting, the next we've started, and it proper caught me off guard. So maybe because I'm basing it off the one time doing it, that might be a bit harsh, and it might be doing it a disservice. But for me, I'd take Jake's point. I really do. If he said let's do it again, then obviously I would, because I like doing the collective park runs. But I just think that I put it this way: I wouldn't rush to go back.
All right. I feel like yeah. If we're going to leave it there, then we'll leave it in fine. But once is enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I've got you anymore. That's the. So the next one, Bruton, which we all did. How are we feeling about this one? Your home park run, Jake.
I'd fully put it in fine. Once enough. I've even Tan's asked about doing Bruton. We're going to do it together. I'd rather go further afield than go Bruton.
There's a lot of people there. A hell of a lot of people there.
I think it's been chaos.
Yeah, a lot of posers there. If you know what I mean.
You, mate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's quite a few posh boys.
Duffy.
Yeah. You're right, Mike.
I'm fine. I'm proper on edge now about the connection and the listeners at home, and I'm just letting you two speak because less I speak.
What do you think about Bruton?
I got a bit of a soft spot for Bruton.
Okay.
It's easy for me to say. I'm having a mare tonight. This episode, oh my god, might not see the light of day. I'm all podcast out. I did voice this morning, mate, so I filled my quota. I've got a bit of a soft spot for
Shambles.
Bruton. Almost said Brighton then. I don't know what is going on. Yeah, I know. And my internet keeps going, so I'm sorry if you are listening. I'll try and edit it the best I can, but I think you're stuck with what you get.
Say it again.
Mainly because you know what I was trying to say, and I slipped up twice, so I'm not saying it again. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe in that. Can I go 2 for 2 with the same category? Is that a bit boring?
I mean,
What about you, Ben?
I agree. I wasn't a fan of it. I come third, but that was about it. That was the only thing I enjoyed. No, but I'm saying that's the only thing that was like, if I didn't, then I think I'd put it in never again. To be honest,
I feel like the best part of it was the beer, like going to the pub after, or I nearly died. But
yeah.
Well, do you know what though? I know it falls into that category. It's a 2-lapper or a 3-lapper? I can't remember now. Like you run to the lake, you do 2 of the lake, and then you come back. I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's like you go around the tennis courts twice, don't you?
Ah, yes, yeah, that was it. It is very flat, and everyone knows that I'm sucker for a flat course. So, especially with getting faster recently, it is one that I wouldn't be against trying again. So, I don't know. Look, we probably should have worked out what we were going to do if there was 3 different answers to this. But
to be fair, mine and Ben's have been. You saying fine for once, Ben?
Yeah, I think
It was
once
2v1 to be fair, Duff. So
2v1, I would have put it solid Saturday, but 2v1, that's not a problem at all.
Okay.
What we
Next
got
one,
next?
Arrow Valley, which is which we all did. I think straight away I'd happily run it again.
yeah, I agree. I enjoyed Arrow Valley.
I feel
Oi.
bad, and I
What?
don't want to upset Mr. Goldsby.
Oh, give it a rest.
Look, and again, maybe my reasoning for doing so is a little unjust, but I don't even know if I can mention this really because it wasn't the park run, but I've just got bad memories of Arrow Valley.
Yeah.
The
10K was it?
Yeah, the 10K, but look, that's maybe unfair because it's not the park run.
Yeah.
This section is filling up,
It's between would happily run again or a solid Saturday start. I think. I don't think it's worth setting the alarm for.
Oh, definitely not.
It's going to be hard to find one that is going to go in that one.
Speak for yourself, mate.
Yeah, well,
baby.
Any flat court. Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think about that one.
Oh, that's going in bottom for me.
But it's not.
I would be happy with for Arrow Valley. Oh,
I think it was hard because it was the one we ran with. There was loads of us as well, so it was good.
Yeah.
We managed to get a few of us, which obviously boosted up because you're all there. I enjoyed the course and I enjoyed that the longer lap was first as well.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly. I'll my vote. I will go for the one below where we've got 2 already. Only for the tourism tick.
Really?
I would be going for Arrow Valley.
That's wild.
Oh, jeez, really?
Come on, man. Don't make me out to be a bad guy.
It weren't that bad. It's better than Bruton.
I don't know,
Better than Bruton.
I think if Duff was going there, the only logical one is the solid Saturday.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's where it's going to go. But I just want to.
Right, is it now?
I just want to clarify that you think that Kingsbury's better than Arrow Valley.
Kingsbury's
I think
more
we saw that one. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, did you not hear me? I
Yeah,
said
no,
Kingsbury's more scenic.
No, I heard you. Just chose to ignore you.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
What a
Common
nasty
theme
man.
tonight.
No, I just don't.
It's wild days. But I feel like it's tarnished because you had bad memories from your 10K.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Maybe I'm doing it at
Can't even ask.
disservice, but
It's just fuming.
Okay, next one, Beacon. I mean, we've done this twice. Well, me and Mike have done
me
it
and
twice.
you have done this twice. Jake's only done it the once. I'm intrigued to come to Jake first on his thoughts on it, if he can remember it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was trying to remember it. So this is the one.
Do you remember it?
No, you know what it is? I'm thinking of Perry Hall, and I've got it confused. But Bacon's Litchfield, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I didn't mind Litchfield, to be fair. Although that rock on the corner and he broke my ankle. Running past. I thought it was okay.
It's a lovely park. It really is. My PB course.
I feel like I'd go fine. That's where I'd go. Fine.
Go once enough. What about you, Mike?
I would be sticking this in solid Saturday.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think obviously running it twice. I don't know if I'd do it again, but I think it's a solid course. Really, really pretty course. The park's lovely. Little cafe was lovely after. I don't think you can go wrong with it. I think definitely one to visit. What do you reckon? Everyone happy for a solid Saturday start, Jake? Or
Yeah.
are you adamant for once is enough?
Nah, because I say once is enough, but like if we got enough people and like they wanted to do it again, I'd definitely do it again. So I suppose I'm not giving it enough.
Okay. I feel like we're very on the fence here, right down the middle.
Yeah.
We're just seven, number 5.
I think we're going to be picking these splinters out our arses for days on end, aren't we?
I feel like someone just needs to take control. And
hang on a minute, what's that one there?
it's Babbs Mill, mate.
No, I'm not having that.
I
put my foot straight down on that one.
We have it in here, 2 against 1.
A lot of our fan base off here.
I think Babbs Mill, as much as I've done it twice and twice have come back with an injury, I feel like it's one of them ones that you would run again. I'd happily run it again. But
right, so the next one's Leamington.
This is easy, you know.
Let's play fair, man.
Too much power Ben has now.
How can you disagree, Mike? You got sub 39 there, overall ParkRun PB. You got waffles. It's a lovely, beautiful course. That's 3 for 3 right there.
Have you mentioned the waffles? Because that could be 4 for 4. But
no, I did mention that. Also, obviously, we met some of the Centurion boys as well. They were very welcoming. I had a good little chat with them.
Can I put a little bit of a case forward for Babbs Mill? I'm not for 1 minute slagging it off. I think, and this isn't one of the categories on here, but in terms of community,
it's the best. It's
the best out of the ones we've all done together, and head and shoulders above everyone that we've done. May I add? I mean, look, we joke about it, but the waffles afterwards are well worth it as well. I'm not ashamed to say that they are, they're bang tidy.
There's been a lot of waffling here, you pair.
Well, yeah, just hot air coming out. I would be, if we're going to be sensible about it, I would be putting it in a category below that.
That's fair.
Because
Ben's chewing all.
Yes, I got it, and it used to be Ben's home ParkRun as well. But yes, I got my ParkRun PB there, but the course isn't the easiest, and I don't know whether I'm wrong for ranking it on that, but I think
it's subjective, isn't it? Do you always want an easy course, or do you want?
No, I know what you mean, and it's good to have the experience of doing all these different courses.
It's got the right amount.
I don't think for 1 minute half of these courses that I've done, they put me in good stead to get the time that I did at Napton. Bloody hell, we're going to mention it in a bit. Samwell Valley, for example, and I'm grateful for those experiences. But I just think I just don't know if it's sitting top of the tree for me. Personally, I would put happily run again, but if you want to stick it right at the top, then
no, Mike, come on, he's outvoted. Put your foot down.
No, it might just sort of give
outvoted.
you give the nod then.
No,
if you want to put it at the top. All right, okay, all right.
There we go.
I feel like, yeah.
It's going to be now. If anyone else feels like there's one there, Ben's going to be like, nah, it's crap. It's rubbish.
Just saying. Go on then, Leamington. You boys discuss.
This one's easy for me, Jake.
I feel like it's a tourist one, man.
Yeah, only for the tourism tick.
Come on.
I'm sorry, but that hill, I'll not be volunteering to do that again anytime soon.
I feel like I need to do it for an owl. Not that I don't know if I'm interested in the alphabet, but it's one of them. If I can just do it along the way.
We'll find another one, Ben.
Okay. That's fine, mate. As long as you're both happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oakland's. me and you, Jake, hasn't done it yet.
Oh, it's not, has it?
No.
Okay, well, interesting you mentioned that, because I was going to mention Oakland's as one of the next ones that we do, because a bit like Babbs Mill, it's one of those now where, because I'm getting fitter, I'd love to have another swing at it and try and get a course PB on there. I mean, sub 40 would be fantastic, of course, but I really think I'm in a position now where I can get a course PB. I don't know if you saw, Ben, I put a post on the Strava group, and Dean, who we met very briefly on Saturday, commented saying you should try Oakland's. You know, that's where his course PB is. And I sort of said to him, I've got a love-hate relationship with Oakland's, and he wanted me to elaborate. So I just think Oakland's is a bit of a sneaky one. So first of all, they start you on a downhill. So straight away you think, oh, bloody hell, this is fantastic. Then that first corner, it's ever such an incline. Steady and not massive. No, I know, but it is there and it is noticeable. Then you go round that bit where you're running towards the old Bill and Bull on the Cov Road. Then you come back round, and then where the finish line is, you can see on your left another bit of a steady incline. It does get you, and then when you're running towards the big Tesco in that direction, that stretch when it goes all the way round just feels like it's going on forever and ever. And then you've got to do it another 2 times because it's a 3-lap course.
Yeah.
Again, 3-lap courses, you know our opinion on 3-lap courses.
And there's not much to look at either. Because can we just say it is like wide open, isn't it? There's no trees in this park. It is, well, there's a section in the middle, should I say. But in terms of like, it is quite open. There's not much to look at. Would you agree?
I will give it one thing though. When you first walk into the park, it does have on a clear day, it does have a fantastic view of the Birmingham skyline. So you can see like the BT Tower, you can see the city centre. That is beautiful. I really do think that. Like, that's the park in general. Granted, you don't look at it much when you're running. I do just want to pick up one thing though, Ben. I think the tier listing, have we maybe got it the wrong way round? Should Solid Saturday start not be above would happily run it again? Not to nitpick, but I don't know. Are we saying would happily run again is better than it being a Solid Saturday start?
Jeez, I wish you'd have said this before.
Well, no, I'm only asking. Okay, I'm happy to put it in Solid Saturday start then, if that's the case. Because I don't think it's worth going number 2. Because, yeah, I don't.
The thing is, I do want to do it again.
It's not one that I would slag off, and I would definitely run it again.
I want to do it again because we did it on one of the hottest days of the year.
Oh my word!
It was viral.
It was horrible.
I'll agree. I think we should stick it solid. Yeah, solid. Yeah, solid.
Holiday, yeah.
Forget it. Yeah. Okay, so the reservoir, Edgbaston.
I'm either going top bins here or just below.
Have a day.
I love Edgbaston, mate.
Have a day. It's good.
Top bins, mate, all day, every day.
2 to 1 here.
Yeah, we had 2-1 on Babbs Mill, but look where it ended
No,
up.
no, we had 2 to 1, and it was towards.
No, we didn't.
And you didn't like it.
Mike
Ben.
said,
Yeah.
you could, if you want to put it in worth setting an alarm for, you can. So that it's not going above.
Well,
Babbs Mill.
it was a figure of speech.
It's no, you said it.
I think it's
Okay. It goes second then.
Yeah, put it in front of Babbs Mill.
No chance.
Mike, get control of this, mate.
I just think it's a beautiful course. It's flat. And Ben, I'm surprised. It's a little bit traily, don't you think?
No.
Yeah, he's sour, mate. He's sour.
I don't think it's trying out.
Come on. You've been
the whole way around. That
mate, you're being like a child that's been told he can't have his favourite toy.
No, no. I'll give valid reasons why I'm not a fan. For someone who is a quicker runner, where this happened both times that we've done it. Well, both times I've done it. There's a choke point towards the end, and it's the reason I didn't get my PB there. And it happens every time.
You want about that?
Yeah. As you do that long last stretch across that bridge or whatever it is, and you come out, it just gets so the choke point is ridiculous.
I don't know if you heard me, Ben, but maybe you got to be a bit quicker.
Once again, I heard you, but I'm ignoring you. If you keep going,
I just think. Nah, come on, man. I just think the view, the scenery is perfect.
On manner as well.
It's all right.
Well,
I'd run it again.
For the benefit of our listeners, it has gone would run again in second place alongside Babbs Mill. What's up next, Ben?
Behind Babbs Mill. Coventry ParkRun, which I mistook for Coventry Memorial ParkRun, which is not called that, but it's in the Memorial Park. So
it is.
Work that one out. Yeah, I paced Tom Hodson on this one.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed it. It's like rolling in it.
Yeah,
up and down the whole way, which I didn't mind. It's quite a nice park.
For me, it's going in that third category for me.
Solid, yeah. I without a
Solid
doubt. I would run it again. I'd like to give it a proper run, but I think in terms of a solid start, I'm happy with that. It was nice
Happy days. That was a nice, easy one. Swift
business. Sandwell Valley. I didn't. I'll just say it. I never want to do it again.
You got to do it because Chris filmed and he. I feel like it's one for the tourists. I feel like that's it. Like if you've not, because Sandwell itself, the park is massive. It's such a big park, and they decide to throw that many hills into that one section.
I feel like we need one to go in Never Again, though.
We'll put it in there then.
Mike, what do you reckon?
That's where my vote would go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good test. If you're looking for a test, like, you start on a hill, finish on a hill.
Hey, it set us up good for Napton because we did it a couple of weeks before.
Yeah, I feel like we needed it. A bit of an odd crowd as well. That brief beforehand was a bit chaotic. As long as you're happy in putting Sandwell Valley into Never Again.
Enough said.
Okay. Done. Holbrooks.
I really like this one. Nice little community. Nice little park.
The smallest one we've been to, I think, in terms of the crowd.
I had a funny experience here, so I'd go top bins.
That's because it's his PB, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it would happily run again. I think it was a nice.
I don't know how you got a PB on that.
Quick, mate.
I mean, I know, but it's just it's running on grass. There's an uphill on it, uphill on grass. I don't know. And then you've got at the end as well. There's quite them little rolling hills as you come back round. So
it's. I think it's either second or third, isn't it? Really, it is a nice course.
I'd happily run it again.
Duff?
I would. I don't know whether I'd put it above some of the ones in the third category. So I would probably go with the third category personally. But I would run it again, definitely. Almost did the other week instead of Leamington.
This is a tricky one then, because I sort of agree with Jake.
I don't think it's better than Edgbaston, but I think it's better than Babbs Mill.
Don't mind me up.
I think you could get for a shot for a solid Saturday start right at the top.
So you want me to actually organise these as in?
I was going to say this is getting even more in depth, isn't it?
Well, we can. If you want to do that, if we get through them and then quickly do that at the end, we can just finalise the list.
Is that just on Avon I see next?
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned we've not got one worth setting the alarm for.
We have, but you don't move it.
Well,
Mike did say I could put Babbs Mill there.
I think Stratford could be in there if it weren't 3 laps.
I think Stratford is going in top bins for me.
If it was a 2-lap, yes, I agree.
I'd definitely put it in the second one. Because it is a nice course. It's just the fact that you've got to do 3 laps. 3 laps, it is a bit of a kick in the teeth, but it is a nice course.
It gets a little congested. But not as much as you'd think for a 3-lapper.
My issue with this though, like I'd fully say Holbrooks is better than Stratford. But the fact that there's no inclines, it's flat. It's just the 3 laps is just a bit of a stinker, isn't it?
I'm happy to go second place with it, and for me, like I say though, it would be top, but I'm happy to drop down a bit and go second place.
Where would you put it in the second place box, Mike? No banner aside, where would you put it?
Probably where it is, to be honest. Like it'd just slot in Babbs Mill, Edgbaston, and Stratford.
There you go, Jake. He said his order.
We ain't got a choice in that one, though, have we? So
no.
Spoilt brat.
Perry Hall. I mean, I walked it, but
I'd never again.
Nah.
One, the underfoot conditions, and 2, I was a bit confused where the fecking hell I was going.
It is a bit confusing. It's like out and backs. That start bit as you come over that bridge at the start and turn right. I don't know what the surface. I don't know what it is. It's quite tricky to run on.
Oh, it's horrible.
So I was walking on it, so I don't know what it must have been like running on it. Don't know if you can you remember?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
But me never again. I think Mike, it's up to you.
I would feel bad putting it alongside Samwell Valley. I don't quite think it's that bad. It was relatively flat, so I'd probably maybe bump it up into the one above Never Again. Do it for the tourism.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You happy with that?
You'd give it a bonus because it had good facilities, didn't it? So you could drop a dump.
Well, did it? What was that like?
It had toilets, didn't it? As he froze.
I parked right next to the toilets.
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that then. Tamworth Castle Grounds. Interesting one.
I think we've just found that last one a buddy to go with, personally.
Really? Oh,
I'd put it middle of the park.
I would have put fine, but once is enough.
Yeah, fine, but once is enough. It's a shame the route wasn't more scenic, because they could have done it. When you were running down the under the underpass thing, you weren't.
Yeah.
But it was.
Well, we said that, didn't we? It was like, you got Tamworth Castle grounds, and you've seen an underpass.
I'd go fine, but once. That's my opinion.
Well, it's either that or tourism tick. Because I know Mike said never again, so I don't know if you want to.
No, I didn't say never again.
No, he said he'll go in there with Leamington and whatever that one is there.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Did you say Leamington, Mike? That one?
Yeah, that one.
Well, that one.
Right, and the last one, Cannon Hill.
I know where this would go.
Go on.
It's too busy for my liking.
You like a busy one?
Yeah, but that was taking the biscuit. That was. I think I'd put it in the second category.
Really?
Yeah, I did enjoy my first parkrun, weren't it? So bias, and I know everyone moaned about the hill at the end, but like, other than that, it is a long. That second lap is moody because it's so long. So maybe back end of solid Saturday. If you've never done it, it's good to do.
Ooh, that high.
Yeah.
See, I personally would have put it in never again.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely.
What was bad about it?
It's just a bit of a boring course. Jake mentioned, that bit where you go over the bridge and then you have to run out in the sticks, and then you loop back round, don't you, and head towards that bridge. Considering you're running around Cannon Hill Park, one of the most beautiful parks in Birmingham, they must say, they must have had a right laugh when they put that course together. Said, we'll use one of the most beautiful parks in Birmingham, but we'll actually send them around the boringest part of the park. So, yeah, look, I'm not a fan of it. Too many people there. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I'm surprised Jake would have put it as high as solid Saturday start.
Yeah.
But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be going that high for me. Any of the categories below, I would probably stick it there.
Ben,
that's a tricky one.
Deciding vote, Ben.
I enjoy it. I don't think it's as boring as you think. Obviously, you run past the water and that as well. But yeah, I agree with there's a lot of people there. The start was chaos. Got kids running in front of me. People not, running where they should be. I wouldn't do it again, but I did enjoy it. So maybe that's a fine, but once is enough.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I think
just doing off. That's my reaction.
Yeah, it's in between, I suppose, to an extent.
Okay, as long as you're happy with that.
Yeah.
Then if you want to quickly order them now, or
so
is there anyone that people want to move?
Yeah, I've got. I reckon Edgbaston. Move it forward. Nah, you know what? I think
you're basing that off your own personal because you can't hack it. No.
I'll be honest. You take waffles out of Babbs Mill, and Babbs Mill's only for tourists.
Ooh. Oh wow! Maybe it's best that you don't like that course. We cannot return there with you, Jake.
It's gonna be under outside. This is shite.
There'll be wanted posters on the whiteboard at Babbs Mill with your face on it, mate.
Well, I won't be saving him. I'll write him out.
Don't get me wrong. It is a nice course. It's just not.
But you're basing it off you get injured there.
Yeah. So why would I want to put it in the top 3?
Look, what I will say is, and this might be a bit controversial, but with Babbs Mill, I think the community spirit is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that table.
I just think the disrespect, Mike.
No,
for
I
they've
know
just-
what you're about to
what-
say.
What they've just done for you.
No,
Yeah, Mike, think of this then. So if Ben would have done how he pushed you to get under 39 minutes, if he'd have done that at Edgbaston where it's flat the whole way and you ain't got that dumb hill in Babbs Mill, could have been 35, just saying. Take out that smelly hill.
no, look, like I say, I really like the community aspect of Babbs Mill. I think they're great guys there, and yeah.
Ben's just pushing to get into Centurion, that's all.
Well, Frank had a word with him again. You missed it. He had a word with him.
Pushing any now, that's all.
But
Mate, he asked Mike to join as well.
yeah, I did think they're a bit desperate for if they're asking me to join a running club. But in the same breath, he also said that they've got this 14-year-old whippersnapper now who's meant to be fast as.
Yeah, he finished second, didn't he?
Oh, what? At ParkRun?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, I said to you, there he is.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that it was definitely him, though.
But it was like a young lad at the front. I thought, you know what I mean? Gotta be.
For the benefit of the doubt, I'll leave Babbs Mill where it is.
Appreciate that.
I'm happy with that order as it is.
Yeah. I'm just looking through it now. Yeah. But you think Leamington needs to move back, though?
What's ahead of it? Or what's behind it?
Tamworth and Perry Hall. Oh, no, Perry Hall was bad. I reckon Tamworth goes
Yeah,
there.
I'll put Tamworth first. Then
Maybe Leamington at the back then, because
I think I'd prefer to do Leamington again than Perry Hall.
nah, Perry Hall. Look, I suppose that's why we're doing this, because it's full of different opinions. But
well, the interesting thing is the fact we haven't got one worth setting the alarm for. You know, maybe there's one out there.
We have, but you're being stubborn.
We have, yeah. We've all got different ones. But
theoretically, you could probably easily say that Babbs Mill and Reservoir could be in the top two, and then Stratford could be in the one below. Or you could even put the three of them in there, if I'm totally honest.
I like that.
Look, Reservoir, I'd set 1 million alarms for that. But I mean, technically, I have to set alarms for all of them. But which ones are worth it? That's a different question. So
it'll be good to see the opinion of other lads on this. Obviously, I feel like Stevens won't be happy because it's his baby, and it Stratford.
Yeah, maybe that might be a little bonus feature we do next time we're all together.
Well, it'd be interesting to hear anyone's point of view on it. Like, you know, even like just anyone listening. You know, if anyone thinks maybe we were wrong, or you know, there's one that they think should be higher up, lower down. But we're interested to hear, definitely.
And if you've got an opinion on Samwell Valley,
coming for Jake's head on a silver salver.
And if anyone's got an opinion on Samwell Valley, just keep it to yourself. Yeah,
hey, the one thing I will say is on Samwell Valley, head there if it's your birthday, because you get proper looked after in the first timers brief. So yeah, they'll more than happily interrupt the briefing just to sing happy birthday to you. So fair play to them. But no, I think that was very good, gents. I'm hoping the finished article of this whole podcast, when it is out and available, isn't as laggy as it has been for me recording, because some of it was a bit difficult. So I'm hoping it's not picked it up and it's smooth sailing and you guys don't see what I've been seeing. But no, I think we've had a really good discussion there. I feel like maybe, Ben, you need to change the graphic back, because that's not a true reflection of what we've just agreed on. And
did. What are you on about?
What? Well,
me and Jack just agreed on that.
What? Edgbaston and Babbs Mill to worth setting the alarm for?
Yeah.
I don't for 1 minute
No,
believe that Jake agreed to put Babbs Mill.
I said,
in worse than the alarm for.
it was a.
I did say in it, like, if we look at it in a larger perspective, them two are probably top. And you probably could put Stratford in there, but the fact that Stratford down is the 3 gaps.
Yeah, I agree. So there you go.
But if you take out the waffles, that's going like fine, but once is enough, I think.
If you start taking out stuff from the reservoir, then it can go lower. You
Take the water out, mate.
Yeah,
take the water out. Yeah.
No, but what are you trying to take stuff out? That's what it is. That's what we're.
The waffles are not part of the park run.
No, I just want to make clear, waffles have not come into my thinking to put that in where it is.
I feel like that's a lie.
I'm saying the community and the spirit and the other runners is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. So it helps that the waffles are amazing.
Right, thanks, Paul.
What about the abuse you got when you had waffles, Mike? That should bring it down a bit.
Well, yeah, I
thought we were including the waffles now.
Oh, well, when it suits, when it suits. You pair need to be stopped, man, I swear.
Well, there we have it. The top 2 of our parkrun tier list is Babbs Mill and Edgbaston Reservoir. And bottom of the list is Samwell Valley. We will never do that again. That was the sound of me running up and down the hill at Samwell Valley. But yes,
I feel sorry for whoever's listened to an hour 40 of this.
I know this has probably been, the most chaotic episode we've done. Probably the most glitchy episode we've done as well, thanks to my dodgy internet. So, but look, I'm not going to make anyone endure any more of this. I did have some my game to do, but we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes, so I'll not keep anyone any longer. That can wait till next week. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there. As I say, I'm at Gainsborough on Sunday. I will try and do some form of finish line thoughts. I'll float the idea to the wife and see what she says. But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. Oh, give me some songs. So Ben,
about to ask how many we're on.
You can't do that.
No,
you got no song?
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay, Jake, give me a song.
N17, the Saw Doctors.
N17, the Saw Doctors.
Boom. Mic drop.
That's number 38. Ben, are you laughing because you got one, or
no? I haven't got one.
You haven't got one.
No.
Poor from you, mate. Yeah, quite. Yeah, I am going to go with. It's a little bit on theme. I'm going to go with "Celebration" by Kool and the Gang, just because of what happened at Parkman on Saturday. The noises aren't from me. That's been doing that. I listened to that song a lot on Saturday when I got home. So yeah, that's my one. But if you've enjoyed this, I know it's our longest ever one. Thank you for sticking with us. If you've even made it this far, you might have switched off after a while. I wouldn't blame you. Let us know what you think about the tier system as well. Really, really intrigued to know what you guys think, where you'd put certain park runs as well, and what experiences you've got as well. And like we've said earlier in the show, if you're a listener and you're not from the West Midlands area and you think we'd enjoy your park run, let us know. We'll come along, we'll review it, and maybe come the end of the year, we'll do another tier list and we'll base it on other things. And yeah, but yeah, until then, thanks for watching. Keep on trucking and keep on chasing that finish. See you later.
Embarrassing.